So I'll be explaining this one by one. Yeah, this one will be easier to look at since I separated them into like um, 6 main categories. Well, compared to this, that one is easier. Okay, so in here, this is where we declare our variables. We declare an attempt of 3 times and we declare a phase of hiding. We also declared a hidden index, which is -1, and we let a hidden time out. Now, what does the -1 do? In this -1, we basically say that in our index, the ball is located, or like the ball is currently located at index -1. But James, the index starts at 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By assigning a -1, we are basically saying that the ball is not on the index yet. Basically, that the ball is not hidden yet. Okay, that prevents it from being broken. Okay, then the hidden timeout. We'll be using this. I will be explaining it later. We have the storing of variables. We have the game status, try count, cup container, and restart btn. This is our HTML. We have a game status, count, so we can change this, or game status, so we can change the text here. Cup container, we need that, so like we can, we can add a class list of divs. I'll be explaining that later too. We also have the restart btn, so we can do something with the restart. After setting them up, we are going to do a document that add event listener DOM content loaded restart. Now, what does the DOM content loaded do? It basically tells us that the game will restart after the elements of the DOM is loaded. Basically, it will not start as long as the DOM content is not loaded. This is the function, which is the restart, and this is it. Now we have the restart btn1 that we have here that has a restart button ID, which is in here. Basically, when you click the button that says restart game, it will restart it too, based on the event of click and the add event listener that we have in here. Now we have the restart functions for both of these. We have the function restart. We have an attempt of 3 since we restarted it. Basically the same here. Phase of hiding again, the hidden index of -1 again, and we clear the time out. Now, why do we need to clear the time out? Simple. Oops. Where is Find My Balls? Don't mind the Roblox and the Copilot here. Let me just remove this and the media player here. Let's restart. Now, why is the clear timeout important? When I click something, it has a timer, right? It has time here. If you do not clear it, like what I included there, the moment you click something and you immediately click restart game, the timeout effect will still be active. Basically, the ball in there will still be in there. So it will break the game. Now, if we do that, we can like immediately restart it, something like this. See? It immediately restarts it. Now, let's try to remove this. save that. Wait, why does it still work? Oh, I didn't reload it. Now see, basically the game is broken already. It's checking instead of storing the. See, it's broken. That's why we need the clear timeout. And we also cannot click other things when we have the clear timeout. See, see, that's why it's important. That's why you need the clear timeout. You need to clear the delay effect. Now, after that, of course, you are going to restart the status effect, like not the status effect, the status and the attempts. You are going to show the attempts again, which is basically three again. So you need that. Then we're gonna have a create cup function. Now, I'll I'll try to explain this as best as I can. Now, what does the create cup function do? It basically creates six divs that is that is you ca- that is something that you can click and will transfer an index to our logic. Basically, you can think of it as something like, wait, let me comment it. You can think of it as something like we have a class and a div, something like that. Now just copy this 6 times, something like that. You can think of it something like that. Basically, as it will have six divs because of our for loop. Basically, we are telling our cup container to be empty for now. Now, what is this cup container? It is the cup container that we have in our here. This. You see, this div doesn't have any single container because we will insert a dot div 6, something like that. But of course it's different because it will have its own class, like classes, like it's class lists. Okay, let's make turn it back. Basically it's empty. Now for let I, don't forget the let here. The let I here. You cannot forget that because if you forget that, our thing will not work. See? You cannot click anything because it is saying that the I in here is automatically getting the 6, or like the last cup, which is not what we want. Since this is a global, since without declaring a let, the I will be a global variable, which is not what we need. Now if we declare a let, we can click anything that we want. There we started. And then we are going to store the divs that we're going to create into a cup. Let cup equals document dot create element div. We are creating an element. Okay? We're creating an element that is a div. Now in here, since we stored the div into the cup, we are using the cup for here. Now cup dot class list dot add. What does this do? This basically adds a class to our div. The div will now have a class that is called a cup and hidden. It is not cup hidden, cup dot hidden, cup dash hidden. No, it is a two separate class. Okay, a cup and a hidden. Now, for our cup, for each div, that sixth div will have a event listener click, and it will have a function of an I, an index. Okay, basically the I here will be thrown into this index here. Okay, now we have you cannot you cannot forget this because I'm gonna show you first. If you forget this, your cup will not show. That's why you need this. You need this. In our cup container 1, which is this, the this okay, this because it's called cup container 1 because I added a 1 here. But yeah, for our cup container 1 that append child, what does an append child do? This one is what I showed you earlier. This one will physically add the child. In here, we're just creating an element div. While with this, we are adding that child div into the parent cup container. Basically, yeah, we did create a div. We did create an element called div. But where is that located, or like where is that getting inserted? We are inserting that div called cup, which is this, into a cup container 1. That's why we need this append child. So like we can insert those 6 divs inside of this cup container that we have in here. You get what I'm putting down? Okay. This is the logic. This one is the easier one, easier of the other one. This one is the harder one, I think. Okay. With the function cup func that we have here, we are throwing an I in here. Now, we have a const all cup is equals document dot query selector all dot cup. Now, this dot cup is what we made here. Okay, it is a dot cup because this is a class. Now we are going to be using select or like query select all because it is a class, not an ID. Now we are storing that into an all cup. Now, yung face natin is equals to hiding, which we still have here. Yung hidden index niya is i-store niya yung index na nakuha natin dito, na nakuha natin dito. Okay. Tapos, we are inserting the index that we got here into our cup number plus 1. Now, why do we need the plus 1? Because indexes starts at 0, not 1. So, let's say you insert a ball at cup 3. When we change our inner HTML, it will say that we placed it in cup 2 instead of cup 3. And that is wrong. That's why we need the plus 1. Now we are changing the face into a revealing. So like we are not stuck into the hiding face. We are not stuck hiding and hiding and hiding our ball. So yeah, we change it to a revealing. Now all cup index that class name. What does this do? It checks in the all cup the index and it changes that name into a cup ball. Now What does this couple do? It basically uh, changes the hidden that we have in here into a ball instead. So it will show the, oops, did I say this? It will show what we picked here, okay? It will show what we picked in here. Now, how do you get the effect when we click, it goes back down? How do you get that effect? We are doing a hidden timeout is equals to set timeout. I stored, or like we stored the set timeout into the hidden timeout so that we can restart it. Okay, but the set timeout for no for our set timeout, we have a function inside that set timeout. This is an anonymous function. Okay, this is an anonymous function. In our set timeout, we are changing the ball into a hidden again. So like, see, it's being hidden again. And for our game status, we changes the it to player 2 choose. You have 3 tries. See? Player 1 hit the ball at 3. Player 2 choose. You have 3 tries. Then let's try this. Ball at 6. Player 2 choose. You have 3 tries. Then we're changing the guess, or like the face, into a guessing face. And all of that happens, like all of this happens after 1 seconds and 20, I don't know, milliseconds or something. Yeah. Now, else if our face is guessing, okay, and in our guessing, if the index that we got in here, okay, on the cups that we clicked is equals to the hidden index that we have in our like hiding phase, it will do a game status that inner HTML, you found it, phase is finished, so we don't keep guessing, and then we will reveal all of the cups that we have in there. Else, all cup index that class name cup show. Why cup show? Because there's nothing in there. There's nothing in there. That's why we have a cup show. Let's say, let's hide here. See? There's nothing in there. That's why we're only showing it. Now, the attempt will be reduced. And now, it will keep doing that unless we reach 0. Now, if our attempt is still greater than 0, the game status that inner HTML will say wrong, choose again, and then it will display the attempts that we have. And then for our else, we have the game status that inner HTML, game over, you didn't find the ball because you did not get it here and the attempts is not greater than 0, else our game status is game over because you didn't find it. Now we will reveal the cups here because we lost. Now we have the reveal cup function. And I think we can do this. I think this will work. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Oh, you doesn't. Okay. So I wonder why does. Wait, I'm just trying some things. I'm just trying some things. Okay. Oh, you can't restart it. Hmm. See, I see, I see. It's probably because this is what you want to do. Okay. And yeah, probably because this is what you do and not you are not showing any like arguments, and you only need this, I think, when you call the function. Okay, function reveal, we are still gonna be using this. Why? Because it is a local, not a global variable. That's why you're gonna declare it again here. Oops. Okay. Now, all cup dot for each cup I, that this is our parameter, is equals is gonna be doing this. Now, this one will basically, for using a for each, we are basically displaying every single cup in there. Now, this one will check that if the I in the cup is equals to hidden index, the cup that has the same I, or like the I, will change its class name to a cup ball, cause that is where you hid the the ball, so it will change to a cup ball. Else, if the I is not equals to a hidden index, it will change the cup class name into a cup show to show that the ball is not there. And that's it. That's how you do it. A demonstration. Let's say you lost. Let's restart again. Let's say you won. Boom, you found it. It will show every single thing. And you're done.